Good morning, friends. Welcome back to the homestead. Now it's a beautiful morning. I've already been to town, had to pick up some supplies that I didn't know I needed until last night after I got off work. Bummer, but that's okay. One of the things I'm going to take on this morning is replacing the head on the weed eater. The original head that's on that weed eater it's a couple of years old, and you've seen how we use and abuse this thing. So it finally wore it out. So it's time for a new head. Unfortunately, you can't get a replacement head. I mean, from Cobalt. I don't understand that. These companies that make these tools and then don't make replacement parts. Doesn't make sense to me. But that's okay. I got an aftermarket one we carried at Lowe's. I'm going to give it a try. It says it's supposed to fit. Hopefully it will. Good news with this head is it has an easy load option, and it also will take a thicker line, which is good news because the stuff we chop down around here is not lightweight stuff. It's not your average yard stuff. So anyway, I'm going to get started on that first thing, and let's see how it goes. Well, I know I was quiet for a long time because I was sitting there trying to make this work. This base will not work on this weed eater, even though it has all those adapters. It's just not going to work. The adapters don't match the base. So I use the original base and the internals and the externals of the top, and they all seem to fit. Supposedly you can use 095 line in this. I'm not sure, because the problem we had before was that it wouldn't cut the 095 off to length. This is pretty dull, so I'm going to get a screwdriver, take this off, and see if I can't file it down and make it a little sharper. Well, it's one of those things. Time will tell. When we use it, we'll see if the bump feeds or any of that stuff. The wind-up thing works pretty good. I don't know if the 095 is going to feed or not, but we'll just have to try it, see how it goes. So I paid, I don't know, $29 for this whole new head, and I was able to use the internals, and that's about it. The rest of the stuff, the base is the original. It's this part that wears out anyway, and the winder. So hopefully that will do the trick. Done. Now I'm going to move on back to this cottage that I started the roofing on oh so long ago, before my shot in my back and all that stuff. And we're going to see if we can progress on that. So what I'm doing now is I've put a couple nails in at the very top of that front rafter and on the front gable end. And I've got this truck strap. I'm going to put a couple nails here, and then I'm going to winch that front, or pull that front rafter back a little bit. It's from sitting and not being completed, everything's moved. And it's not wanting to move back easily because it's just been sitting there, getting rained on, all kinds of stuff. These things are not meant to be partially put together and then ignored for a month. And that's pretty much what we did. Circumstances, what can I say? But, so I'm going to use this to try to pull that front gable this way. That'll square up the gap on top with the roofing. Okay, that got the angle out of it. Got it squared up. Got to do some measuring. I've been doing some measuring though, and the whole building's going to be 1/4 of an inch off. I'm not sure why on the sheeting. Who knows? It should be fine in the long run. We'll put drip edge on it before we roof it, and that'll take care of cover up any minor inconsistencies. So I need to put a 4x8 sheet. Hello, Stripes. Sorry about that. I need to put a 4x8 sheet up next on that side. I don't have the 4 nails in. I'm going to have to put a couple more nails in that sheet I just put up there. Then I can put the 4x8 sheet up. Okay, all of the sheeting is on this side of the cottage. I'm going to nail it off now. Just a lot of nailing, 6 inches apart on the outside edges and the outside edges of each panel, and 12 inches apart on the interior nails. A lot of nails. Here we go. Okay, the flashing's done around the dormer. Now we need to build the front overhang portion of the sheeting that goes on top. Real simple, 2 pieces of 2x6 screwed into the end of a 4x8 sheet, and that is your overhang. So let's do that. Alrighty, we got to put that big one up on the roof. Up on the roof. It wasn't so bad until we added those wet 2x6s to it. Now it's kind of heavy. This is not going to be fun. Hey, love, can you help me? I dropped my tape measure back. It went back there. You have to throw it. I won't lean. I'll just let it. If I can't reach it, then I'll just let it go.
You'll let it fall?
Yeah.
You would lean.
Oh, I wasn't going to lean out for that. That was 2 feet. I'd have been on the ground. Okay, I don't know how many more tests my tape measure can take.
I don't know either.
Dang, right on.
Right.
That was jamming.
Don't lean. That's all.
Alrighty. All the roof sheeting is on. All the trim around the dormer is good. So I'm going to call it a day. Appreciate you watching. God bless you. We'll see you next time on the homestead. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share it with your friends, leave us a comment. Bye now.